Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and today is Wednesday, October 16th. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pdcphuket.com. Soi Sea Dragon off Bangla Road in Patong was the site of a violent attack on a man by a group of attackers, and when two bystanders tried to intervene, they too were attacked.
The incident took place shortly after 6 a.m. this morning, according to police reports. Authorities say that two of the bystanders, a Thai national and a Myanmar national, were sitting on Bangla Road opposite Soi Sea Dragon when they saw a group of attackers chase a man into Soi Sea Dragon. When the two bystanders went to intervene to help him, they were stabbed by one of the attackers. One suffered a cut to their cheek, another a knife wound to their elbow. All three were later treated for their injuries at Patong Hospital. The man who was first attacked by the group, identified as 33-year-old Sarawut Bunyai, also suffered knife wounds to his left hand and neck and was also struck by a vehicle, according to police. Patong police reported that they are investigating the incident and working on identifying the assailants. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
78 protesters suffocated to death in the back of army trucks on their way to an army camp in the Deep South back in October 2004. The general in charge of the South at the time, General Pisal Watanawokiri, who had immunity over the case due to being an MP for the ruling party, he's fled the country, and the Prime Minister is saying that Interpol will apprehend him.
The incident took place on October 25, 2004, when 1,500 people protested the detainment of 6 men at the Takbai police station in Narathiwat province over charges connected to firearms. 7 protesters were killed, and 1,300 were detained at the scene. They were ordered to strip naked, crawl to nearby trucks to be taken to an army camp in Patani province. In that 5-hour drive, 78 protesters, all men, died, and including the 7 that were killed, 85 total lost their lives that day. At the time, General Pisal was in charge of the 4th Army Region, which supervises the South. However, not one of the officials who were connected to the incident spent time in jail. Now, 20 years later, with the statute of limitations on the case set to expire at the end of this month, belated court proceedings are taking place to bring those men to justice. However, General Pisal, who is now 74 years old, was an MP for the ruling Pheu Thai party, a position that gave him immunity from prosecution. However, earlier this week, General Pisal tendered his resignation from the party while abroad, and thus lost his seat in the House, which means he also lost his immunity. Back in August, he was granted leave to undergo medical treatment abroad during this time. However, officials have publicly stated they don't exactly know where he is, though some reports say that he's currently in Japan. Either way, he was due back on October 30th, 5 days after the statute of limitations is set to expire. But now, with immunity off the table, critics say it's unlikely he will be coming back to face justice. Earlier today, Prime Minister Patong Shinawat, who leads the ruling Pheu Thai party, from which he resigned, she told reporters that she's ordered police to track him down and to be returned to Thailand to stand trial, with the help of Interpol. Although the PM did not say what would happen after the statute of limitations expires. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And bring the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone.
The suspension of the TM6 immigration forms will continue through to the end of April next year in a bid to buy time for the development and implementation of the new electronic travel authorization system, the ETA system.
On Tuesday, the cabinet approved the suspension of the TM6 for any foreigners who enter Thailand through the 16 land and sea checkpoints, as the TM6 forms are no longer used on anyone arriving in Thailand via air. The suspension for the land and sea borders first went into effect on April 15 of this year. The suspension was due to expire on Tuesday, but the extension provides time for the ETA system to actually come to fruition. In addition, the exemption is also effective for cruise ships and yachts arriving in Phuket. The ETA system, which is expected to replace the TM6 forms, will allow foreign tourists from 93 countries granted visa-free entry to register online prior to their arrival in the country. The QR code they receive on registration can then be used to pass through automated immigration gates. The Ministry of Tourism and Sports, meanwhile, is exploring integrating the collection of the 300 baht and 150 baht tourism fees into the ETA system. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
The lives that were lost on that fateful morning of August 23 in Karon were honored in a special merit-making ceremony held by Phuket provincial authorities and local community leaders.
Local residents and public officials attended the ceremony on Monday, which took place at the base of the site of the landslide on Patak Soi 8 behind the Kata Temple in Karon's Mutu area, with the abbot of the temple, along with the Phuket governor Sopon Suwanarat, leading the ceremony. Governor Sopon said that restoration work in affected areas had been completed. He also pointed out that local administrative organizations had provided assistance to victims in accordance with government policy. The August 23 landslide killed 13 people. It injured 19 others and directly damaged more than 50 homes. Experts from the Department of Mineral Resources explained that the landslide on August 23 was caused by the age of the soil and rock layers, along with heavy rainfall that allowed water to seep in and trigger the slide. The foundation that runs the Big Buddha complex at the top of the hill, along with the president of the foundation, have been charged with illegal construction on state land in connection with the investigation into the cause of the landslide. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
We really appreciate you joining us here on this Wednesday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pdcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.